I'm sorry for all the constant cuts, by the way. I'm doing this a specific way for a reason. I think you've probably gathered. I'm cutting out the nasty bits. I don't want to say I hope we're almost done, so that I can go and rest. I'm hoping we're going to get some hints of where the story's going, but we've got some interesting tidbits. We've got the Asian connection. We've got the key. And technically, we haven't confirmed that Calix is dead. But yeah. The promise of tomorrow. This is the last quest of the patch, I think. Now that everyone's back, I say we pause a moment to savour what we've accomplished. We've been through much in these past days, haven't we? That's an understatement. This is the end of a years-long struggle for Oblivion and for myself. Kakiu and Geode would be happy for us. Oddly enough, fulfilling our purpose this summer left me with even more work to do. The government has tasked me with conducting a more complete survey of the containment complex. Empty breaks. Ah, the preservation facility. That lab where we studied the key certainly demands further attention. Investigation, even. I can understand how those experiments may have led to the discovery of reflections, yet they failed to explain Calix's knowledge of primal summoning. I fear that he and his hunger for interdimensional travel were only one facet of a greater puzzle. There's still someone or something out there that may pose a threat to us. In any case, I think it prudent we secure ourselves a spot in Shell's next expedition to the 10th level. Right, I have a meeting with city officials to attend. It would be cruel to leave Raha to answer their barrage of questions alone. No. He loves attention. Admittedly, only from us, usually. I should return to my work as well. My first job will be to analyse the data we pulled from Containment Complex 1029 and locate other facilities of interest. I can only hope the information we uncover will serve Alexandria and the future we want to build. I wonder if this is what's going to drip feed it through the next two patches, you know, this investigative aspect which eventually reveals more about the nefarious stuff behind it. Whatever we end up finding, however, it's likely to take some weeks to put the city back to rights. All those ambitious plans aside, I think you've earned a rest, don't you? Our break room is yours to bunk in for as long as you like. Say the word and I'll help you settle in. Okay. Ready for a cot and a fluffy pillow? It will likely be some time before the city returns to normal. You may choose to remain in the back room and watch over the proceedings. Okay. So time skip. Several weeks later. Interesting. But realistic. No. Carl's reading two documents at once. Raha's having a kip.
Ah, what an absurdly long report. Even working together, it took us an age to finish.
Well, to be fair, it was a rather absurd series of events.
That's our lives.
The mystery behind Grandfather's letter took us further than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah, and that's what it all started off with. Started off with the letter and Ruklamat turning up.
Truly. It feels like a lifetime ago that it all began.
Right then, one last bit of proofreading.
Nod. Could they not have...
Where was I? Ah, yes. The chaos which had gripped the kingdom of Alexandria was slowly but surely giving way to order once more.
Like a fairy tale. You'd think with all the computers available that they could have just word processed it.
The thorough investigation conducted by Oblivion
Of course, because she
was
narrated
one
the
of
start,
the
didn't
primary
she?
factors contributing to this recovery. Its members uncovered multiple preservation research facilities, allowing for a comprehensive study of regulator design and function. Thus have we come to understand that memories pertaining to the deceased were not erased from the minds of the living, but in truth merely locked away.
So they could get them back.
Permanent gaps in one's memory were to be avoided, as inconsistencies would arise during endless conversion and cause instability.
So they could remember.
When the time came, restoring these buried memories would be a simple matter of transmitting a signal from the Meso terminal.
That's quite neatly wrapped
Acting on
up.
this discovery, the Alexandrian government announced plans for a memory restoration initiative, open to willing participants.
Yeah.
This reignited the discussion surrounding mortality, as people continued to debate how best to face the inevitability of death. No matter the answer at which they arrive, it is certain to herald a major shift in the nation's philosophy.
Yep. Getting back memories of the deceased.
Yes, that matches my understanding of events. Excellent work, Raha.
Well done, Raha. Now try not to knock the entire pile over.
I'm glad it serves. Shall we make our way over then?
Don't just leave it on the desk. There's hundreds of pages there. There's like 4 reams of paper.
Ahead of the memory restoration, officials requested the assistance of those familiar with the processes involved. So it was that our party and Sveen, who had eagerly volunteered, accepted the task of escorting the city's representative to living memory.
Who was that, Gossan?
Before you go,
Hello? Random voice? Oh, it's you guys.
we just wanted to say that we haven't made this decision lightly. No matter how frightening or painful they may be, we need to face our memories. Not only to honor those who are gone, but to make whole those who are still here.
Have they just chosen this specific group, or is it representative of more people? Because that's always a bit tricky to tell in FF14 cutscenes.
So no second thoughts. We'll be waiting.
If anything tries to harm you, you knock it flat. Come back safely, our Sveen from another time.
Yes, be safe. I'll see you soon.
So sweet of you, but you needn't worry. I'm in very good company. Thank you all for your well wishes.
Everybody loves their queen. That was a different wave emote, wasn't it? Choo-choo! Quite a contrast, isn't it, between the two?
Despite the disruption caused by the dome's arrival, the people in the surrounding region have since reclaimed their normal lives.
They love the choo-choos. Trolleys. No. I did like that parallel. I thought that was funny. Where are we heading? Oh yeah, we're going to the Cenotaph, aren't we? Because that's how we actually physically access living memory. Through the gates.
The
Hello,
Tulliyoyal,
Lawman.
which Galul Jar Jar united, is nothing if not resilient.
Vonique. Yeah, we're getting a little tour.
The
A
winds
reminder
of
of the
change
places we've
are
been.
fickle. A sudden gust, often the bearer of challenging trials.
Why are we going on foot? I mean, why not? Is this the first time Goslin's been
But
out
so
of the dome?
too do they spur us onward, keeping our feet ever moving along life's path.
Haha. That was the dirty sheriff, wasn't it? Where's Justinian? Oh, they're not going to the Cenotaph. They're going to... Oh no, they need to go via Tulliyoyal first, don't they? Because the Cenotaph's in Mamook. Kona? Bakul Raja?
You'll soon be on your way to Yakhtel then.
Yakhtel, that was the name of the place. Mamook's the town.
Yes, we've just come from making arrangements with the dirigible master.
Ah, we are
Preparations
going...
for the flight is still underway, so I'm doing a little sightseeing. My gratitude to the Landsguard for providing us with the permits we need to visit the Skydeep Cenotaph.
Of course. We'd hardly refuse a direct request from the vow of reason.
Our vigilant comrades at the gate will see you safely through.
Wooklamart isn't here, of course.
Oh, she will be.
She is still convalescing, I take it.
Man, I forget how big Sven's eyes are.
Indeed. She's presently confined to bed and permitted no visitors. Weakened as she is, we cannot be too careful.
She's going to show up here, isn't she?
I can scarcely sleep at night for the worry.
Is she going to show up?
Oh my. Please, forgive me. I hadn't realized her condition was so serious. I pray she makes a full recovery soon.
That was weird. Hello, Palu Palu. That was weird.
Greetings! What a rare pleasure this is.
How are you, Mablu?
Is something wrong? Your friend looks like she had some bad news.
She wanted to visit the Vow of Resolve.
And there's little reason she couldn't have.
She's not here.
Is there something you wish to say?
I see. I'm glad there's nothing terrible afoot.
Huh. Oh, were they just not telling her how serious the condition is?
And yet, where there's a need... Sorry, I just remembered a pressing errand. Let's talk again soon.
Okay.
The Alexandrians, I understand, have teaching similar to that of the Yokui.
Living on, yes.
Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered,
Remember us.
we are never truly gone.
Remember we once lived.
My father's last words. I've long considered their meaning. The living can find strength in the memories of those we've lost. They can help us rise to meet our trials in the present.
And sometimes we even learn from them.
Certainly true of myself.
The lessons of the past. And then sometimes
So
we
I have
find
faith
ourselves
that the
repeating
people of
them all.
Alexandria too will be stronger for their
Mistakes.
grief.
Especially potent at this time.
It may be as you say. If we did not remember our lost siblings, we would not be where we are now.
Or be who we've become.
We all have memories like that, I bet.
Mm-hmm. The blue sky. We made it.
Well, we made it.
I just
The
said that.
journey was so smooth as to be almost disappointing.
Don't say that, Owenville.
I can only agree, especially after our first visit felt so fraught with danger.
Thrill seekers.
It's the curse of experience, my friends. Before we know it, the extraordinary becomes every day. Life is an accumulation of such things, both the happy times
God, how so
and the
wise.
sad.
Of course, he lives so much longer than everybody else here.
Right. Let's go over Shale's instructions on performing the memory restoration. The first step is to reactivate all the terminals at the same time. This will supply the ether necessary to operate the equipment, without creating any new Endless, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because it was the Endless themselves that were the issue in terms of the ether consumption.
Once things are up and running, we use the Meso terminal to transmit the signal and unlock the sealed memories. There are 5 terminals in total. Might you lend us a hand with one, Sphene?
Is something going to
Yes.
happen here?
I can do that.
Not to butt in, but would you mind letting me take it?
What are you doing here?
Lamichi!
Should you be up and about?
I'm fine. My worrywart of a brother exaggerates.
Uh-huh.
Mablu came by to fill me in on your plans. After that, I couldn't stand being cooped up a moment longer, so she helped me sneak out of the palace.
Of course.
I'm so glad to see you're well.
Sorry Kona made you think I was at death's door. I was keeping up with reports and know what's been happening in Alexandria. I made the decision to erase the endless, and bore witness to their final moments. And though it's only a tiny fragment, their hopes live on in me. I feel responsible for making sure that they're remembered, that their legacy is passed on.
Yeah, it's a different way of saving them to what the Endless Fiend and Calyx had considered, but it is nevertheless still saving
So
them.
please,
The memories.
let me help with sending the signal.
You've made a convincing case, but do take it slowly. The way is not without its perils.
I'll be careful. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Very well then. I leave these tasks in your capable hands.
How are we going to coordinate this? Link Pearl, one assumes. They've all gone to the ones where they had their experiences, haven't they? Erenville goes to the one where Kakua took them. Kryle's gone to the volcano one where she met her parents.
All right, everyone. Begin.
No countdown? Which one are we doing? Oh, we're doing the Meso Terminal. Of course we are. Now, is this going to restore living memory? Because I know a lot of people don't like the fact that living memory has become boring since we shut it down. It'd be kind of cool if this actually brought some of the life back to it. Wibbles? Giving the people what they want. Ooh, the Golden City. Maybe only for a moment.
Was the sight we saw no more than a trick of the light?
Oh.
Or was it a gift? The terminal's parting miracle? But those days are gone. We chose to move forward. We hold fast to our memories of sorrow and of grief. That we might live full in the present ere the time of departure comes.
I do still feel quite sorry for Graha, leaving behind everything on the first.
Let's go home. To our beloved Alexandria.
still left it slightly different, hasn't it? Yeah. It's not just dead. At least in the cutscene. I have to go back there after we're done and see whether it's actually changed properly. Oh. How is this going to affect people?
Mother, you protected me. I remember now.
In soft golden light, the memories of the lost returned. There to be clutched tight by loved ones, never again to be surrendered.
I do wonder if this was the original plan for the ending, because a lot of the stuff that we saw in the dungeons and stuff about memory and soul extraction very much made it feel like everything was being taken away.
I am humbled by
I suppose
all
that
you
was
have done
of
in
the
service
deceased,
to our
wasn't it? It
nation.
wasn't what the
On behalf of
regulators
its
were doing.
people, I offer our most heartfelt gratitude.
We were only too happy to help. There are still problems left to solve, of course, but
Always.
you've taken an important step forward.
We have. It's as if we were frozen in time, but now the ice
That's
has
a good
begun
way of
to thaw.
putting it, yeah.
Alexandria will thrive again.
Community and a culture.
Mark my words.
Frozen.
What will you do now, Sven?
Join us! No, she's going to stay and...
Ah, yes. Well, that will depend on Gossin. With your permission, I wish to continue living in Alexandria.
No,
Those dear to me
come with
laid
us.
down their lives for this nation in bygone days, and I fought alongside new comrades to defend it. I would continue serving it if you'd let me.
I think it's really his...
So please, accept me as one of your citizens.
But you're the oldest citizen here.
That will not do.
What?
I see. I suppose my presence would cause too much confusion.
No, that's not what he means. Don't be dense.
Now hold on a moment. You have to reconsider. I'll vouch for her myself.
Oh dear, do forgive me. I've caused a misunderstanding.
Aha!
What I meant to say is, it will not do for you to be an ordinary citizen. The people have been most insistent that you take your rightful place as queen.
As queen?
Yes, you know, that thing what you were before.
When despair held us in its thrall, it was your voice, your words, which led us to salvation. We would not ask that you perform the same duties as our previous ruler. The structure of both government and nation is to be re-examined and revised such that the burden doesn't fall upon you alone.
Yes, which is what, of course, happened with the Endless Sphere.
If that is acceptable, we implore you, please live among us and lend us your gentle guidance. The Alexandrian monarchs of old cared for us and fought for us, and you stand proud among them.
But I... Oh, what of Galuja? You have him, don't you?
Alexandria has 2 thrones to fill now.
Mm-hmm.
What one ruler might struggle with, the 2 of you can accomplish together. Tulliyoyal's still young though, so don't expect too much of him just yet.
He's the head of Resolve. But I want you to come with us. You already know what to do. The voices of the past will be your guide.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Of course we are. We're always right.
For centuries, my other self bore this tiara, and with it the hopes and dreams of Alexandrians.
Mm-hmm.
I will not let them go unanswered.
It would be nice if they gave her a new variation on Endless Fiend's outfit for the wrapping up of this. They'll probably just put her in the same outfit there.
I will heed the wishes of the people. With peace and prosperity for Alexandria as my foremost purpose, I accept the role of Queen of Reason.
It's not an easy road, but we'll walk it side by side. That way, neither of us gets lost.
Friendly nations. Led by friends. Have friendship. Obligatory sunrays.
Thank you. Thank you all so much.
The vacation is over. Let's be fair, the vacation's been over for a while. And they have. They've brought the city back to life a little bit, so it's no longer just dead. That's nice. So Sphene is to sit on the throne once more. She may have questioned her claim, but Alexandria's citizens have made their feelings known. A new Alexandrian queen has risen. It is an occasion worthy of grand celebration. We shall walk this difficult road together, as Vau Wuklamat has assured us. This great nation is set to become an ever greater one. How fortunate we are to be here and witness this turning point in its history. Tulliyoyal was also of the opinion that Sphene should become the Queen of Reason. He will be delighted to hear that she's accepted the role. Thank you for your kind encouragement, Imogen. Wuklamat is right. Ours will not be an easy road. But with your words to lend me strength, I shall take it one step at a time. And Tulliyoyal will be there to support you. Speaking of which, I should be getting back to the palace. I'll make my next visit an official one. No sneaking out under Kona's nose like this time. The Vow of Resolve and Reason will both come, and we can discuss our futures together. I look forward to it. Shall we begin the journey home then? I expect some confusion among the citizens with restored memories. I'd be present to offer them aid. Well, I believe this marks the end to my role as a guide. I was intending to accompany Wuklamat back to Tulliyoyal. What are your plans, Deba? Didn't you have other matters yet to attend to in Alexandria? Oh no, you need to stop by the palace first. Kona's been wanting to thank you properly, but with everything going on, he hasn't had the chance. Please come back with us, or I'll never hear the end of it. Sure. Speak with Vau Wuklamat back. Doesn't say Vau Wuklamat. Speak with Wuklamat and Volok Shunsa. I shall come back and take a little look around afterwards. But it just looks like they've... I don't think they've fully restored it. I'd have to compare. Kaluja! How long has it been since I last walked these streets? Maybe I spent too long in Solution 9, but the city seems livelier than it ever was. Imogen, no one told me you were coming. The memory restoration went well, I'm told. It's good to be home. Thank you for coming along. I just got here too. The Lance Guard said my training would begin right away, so I'll be staying in Tulliyoyal a while. We believe in you, Galudja, and whenever you need advice, your aunt is always happy to give it. She may even be vaguely useful. Oh dear, our vow of reason is out of sorts. Do you blame me? Larity, you were supposed to be convalescing in bed. So, you would study the way of the blade, Galulja? Is that not allowed? I will permit your training on one condition. You only practice swordplay in the presence of a grown-up. Yes, Connor, I promise. It won't be long before you're good enough to train without a minder. You take too much after your sire and grandsire for that. Wait, so if you're back here, does that mean everyone already got their memories back? Not everyone. So, that was that. My days of meddling in Alexandrian affairs are over. It all turned out for the best. The former queen really did love her people, and it's wonderful that her love lives on in Sphene. It truly is. With that love as the foundation of her rule, the new queen will be a font of hope for Alexandria. There's no better way for a life and legacy to forever endure. Let's just stand there staring. You'll be heading back there, won't you, to Alexandria? I won't pretend that I fully understand the workings of the key or the reflections, and I know I couldn't have stopped Calyx without you. Nor fulfilled my promise to the endless Sphene. Thank you, Demigen, from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome. But be sure to come and visit us again in Tulliyoyal. You'll always be welcome here. Yes, definite kind of conclusion vibes. It's time I moved on myself. Once I've made the necessary preparations and arrangements, I will embark on an extended journey. Well, I expect my days will be filled with administrative duties, much as they already are. I'm hoping to compile a comprehensive history of Tulliyoyal, however. The tale of our beautiful and resilient nation should be preserved for the future, with each successive generation adding their own chapter to the saga. I think I've learned to be happy with who I am, Demigen. Even when I make mistakes and cry and look silly. That's what we should all aspire to. It's all because of the amazing things I've seen with you. Remind me there's always tomorrow. Sky cracks open, death rate. No. Becoming the King of Resolve is not something I need to think about until I'm older, but my father's authority did pass to me, so until that day comes, I'll study and train and do the best I can. You've come really far, Galulja. You'll keep on doing us proud, I'm sure of it. I guess you have to go now, so be safe and enjoy your travels. We'll miss you. Send our best to Sphene and the others. To be the itinerant wanderer. Yeah, this feels like a proper closing out of characters. I won't just vanish over the horizon, I promise. I'll let you know before I leave on my journey. I'll visit Shale and everyone as often as I can. There's still so much I want to learn from them. I intend to make a formal diplomatic visit to Alexandria in the near future and express my gratitude to those who've watched over Galulja. Whatever burdens I must carry, I will, and I'll become stronger for it. Just you watch. Speak with Sphene at Praxis Park. Yes, I wonder to an extent how much of the conclusion of this story was... has played out exactly as it was originally written. You know, there's been such a backlash, sadly, against Wuklamath. Now, I can't help but feel that they've deliberately tried to wrap up her storyline. Maybe it was always designed to come to this conclusion. It certainly feels like it from the writing. You know, how she grew as from the naive princess to what she's turned into. But I can't help but feel that some significant changes may have occurred just based on people's backlash. Again, Dawntrail was never going to be the next Shadowbringers. And people that came into this with the idea that it was just going to be a continuation of that, I don't understand how people could have got that in their heads. The beginnings of new stories are always going to be generally weaker than the conclusion of those stories. That's just the way it works. We've observed no complications with the memory restoration thus far. Goodness for small mercies. I'll need to give a full account of what happened here to Thancred and the others. That said, Astinian may prove difficult to track down. You've had a busy time of it, Warrior of Light. Take advantage of this lull while you may, as I'm soon going to involve you in research on the key, probably. Did Evanville leave Alexandria? Don't tell me he's embarked on some far-flung expedition without saying goodbye. I hear Galuljar has packed his bags and left to train in Tulliyoyal. Oh, I suppose you would have seen him while you were there? There are still those who can't decide if they want their memories back. I said I would restore mine after things calmed down, but the truth is, I'm not sure I'm even ready. So we'll make this a gradual process and give everyone the time they need to prepare, myself included. Probably wise. Especially since some of theirs are ancient history. Imogen, you're here. Yes, you've just spoken about it. No. We were just discussing what is to be done after the coronation ceremony. Heretofore isolated kingdom must join its peers on the world stage. The fact that Alexandria is, or was, a nation of the Ninth will be the cause of some consternation. It may smooth introductions with the signs to provide an explanation for its arrival in the source. Rest assured, Sphene, Atheris' leaders are well accustomed to hearing Alphino report on fantastical events. Yes, they are. I like the fact that she's called it Atheris as well, because it doesn't get mentioned a lot. Once again, I am in your debt. I dread to imagine what might have come to pass had you never come to our aid. Yeah. I had other news. Those who participated in the memory restoration have expressed the desire to hold a funerary service for the lost ones. Rather than suppress their grief, they would embrace it, creating in their hearts a place for gentle remembrance. We've yet to hammer out the details, but I was thinking we might host this service on the highest level of Everkeep. Ever since my time, we've believed that the departed continue their journey beyond the clouds. It seems very fitting for Alexandria. Yes. I hope that from such a place our prayers might be heard. A wish for our loved ones to soar forever joyful and free in that heavenly expanse. And after so long distancing themselves from the realities of death, the Alexandrians are to be commended for their courage. Yes, just a tremendously brave thing they're doing. Perhaps our hearts can never capture a memory as perfectly as data in a file. But what precious recollections we do keep will guide and sustain us as we fulfill the promise of tomorrow. You've busy days ahead of you, Your Majesty. Oblivion stands ready to pitch in as needed. You could do with a rename. Oh, and what of my investigations, Shale? I hope you've left some time in your schedule for me. Do you recall my first tour of the city after I awoke? It was all so strange and frightening. but I've only grown more at home here ever since. That I now feel a part of this new Alexandria is in large part thanks to your patient guidance. And so here I will remain. Should you ever have need of my aid with anything at all, pray do not hesitate to ask. I would have liked her to join our merry band, but this makes more sense. Some few of us will stay here a while as it happens. We've made several interesting breakthroughs, and have no shortage of mysteries into which we would delve. Then be welcome as honoured guests for as long as you like. You are, and always will be, my cherished comrades. Whoop! Symbol of Alexandria. The promise of tomorrow. Meanwhile, he made it. He's sweating.
This is absurd. I have neither heart nor lungs. I was overconfident. Prudent course would have been to wait until I'd calculated an insurmountable advantage. A rash decision. One perhaps influenced by the others and their developments.
I'm sorry, what? The others?
But no matter. Learn from this setback and next time... Next time? How much time and effort did I pour into this master plan? I had it. I had it. At long last, I was to open a new path. Those imbeciles and their damnable heroics.
Aha.
Detected the stench of failure already, have you? Such a keen sense of smell. Yes, I will give my report, as is protocol.
Aha.
Be sure our Winterer peers are apprised of the details.
Winterer? Oh! There we go, there's our hook. Winterer. If none shall know eternity, what waits for those who hold the key? Regulator has been added to the unending codex. In memoriam. The Alexandrians adopted our techniques so quickly that they no longer need our supervision to treat the enthralled. You'd be surprised at how many epoxy practitioners we've trained now. Angelo too has been looking rather proud of his efforts. We've compiled a summary of events and submitted our reports to Ajika. As representatives of the students of Ardessian, our thoughts and findings will also be shared with the forum. In less official matters, I'm glad to see Kryl find a satisfying end to her personal journey, even. Though it appears her appetite for asking questions has only been sharpened. I am most curious to see how Alexandria is welcomed upon the broader stage of nations. As a heretofore unknown, technologically advanced country, I expect it will be met with considerable wariness. I shall do my humble best to ease the tension of the initial introductions. I wonder what Otis and Zelenia would think of my becoming the Queen of Alexandria as it is now. Doubtless they would be pleased, yes, knowing them also beset by worry. As their memory lives on inside me, so shall I strive to rule as if they advise me still, with a calm heart and a mind open to counsel. It's time we began a thorough investigation into the key and its capabilities. I have a feeling we'll be calling on your help in that endeavour ere all is said and done. On a personal note, I'd also like to learn more of the Malala. The law of the Forgotten People will be indispensable in furthering my research. Did I ever put out the stuff that I did? Because I played through the Alola stuff just before Dawntrail, not realising how closely it would be linked. I'm sure I must have mentioned it. Alex demonstrated knowledge of both primal summoning and concepts. Discovering such techniques through independent study would be nigh on impossible, so we must assume he had a mentor. But how are we to learn the identity of this beneficent teacher? Hopefully some hint is to be found amongst the remnants of Preservation's works. And it's going to leave it there, isn't it? So, the Winterers. The Winterers. Obvious assassin. Assassin? Ascian. Obvious Ascian mentor. You know, the robes were undeniable. An external faction of Ascians? I don't know why my brain is stumbling over that word so much. So, I don't know whether we know who was sent to the 9th. I also don't actually know off the top of my head which Ascians we have left of the 14. Anyway, I know that we've got Gaia over on the 1st, but she's no longer, you know, she doesn't even have most of the memories. But we've dealt with most of them. So it depends. I think there are 2. Are there 2 that we've got no information on? In my brain, Duodalphin's one of them. But I forget, and I'm not climbing over all that stuff to get to the encyclopedias. Oh. Actually, I don't need to. Oh no, I do. They are in the corner. I was just looking at the shelves. They're not on the shelves. It's like, no, I've tucked them down in the corner, which is slightly easier to access. I'm not clambering over. So yes, we've got confirmation of a sort that the Ascians are still at large and involved, which, I'm going to be honest, I was probably 95% confident that they were going to return to. I don't know whether I've mentioned this previously. This isn't just me making stuff up at the end. I was reasonably confident that we were going to go back to the Ascians. As soon as it became clear that for a good chunk of time now, they haven't set up an entirely new villain system. Yes, we had Calyx, but it was clear that he was to an extent part of this storyline, and as soon as we saw the summoning stuff, it's like, okay, the Ascians are back. A lot of people suspected this. A lot of people, when they looked at the... Can we even see? You know, in the original concept art and trailers and stuff, when we had the red symbol on the side of the big GPU, there was that obvious sense of, there's some kind of Ascian undercurrent going on here. And again, that's one of those, well, if they hadn't spoiled all the concept art for this place, we wouldn't have known. We'd have had to piece things together as we went, rather than just saying, oh look, Ascians. But we've now got at least a little hint of what is to come. 7.4 is going to be about the key. And I find it very interesting the way they had Calyx presented in that cutscene. I was, and I did say this, reasonably certain that he had escaped at the very final moment. But the fact that he is reconstituted somewhere and he's sweating and is having those flashes of us as his fear, that was interesting. And I'm intrigued as to where they are going to go with that. So in terms of, did that feel like a finale to the 7.0 1, 2 and 3 story? Yes, I feel like that has been a good story. But it's clearly not the end. It's clear that this story as it is not over. There's going to be another chapter. It's just going to be with a different focus. You know, it's going to focus now on the key, the reflections, and so on and so forth. I'm still kind of hoping, and I know that this is a pipe dream at this point, I'm still hoping that we get to go to Vanadil properly. You know, a proper mashing up of 14 and 11 would be great. If there's one thing that the Sandoria raid and the Lower Juno raid really kind of tinkered with the back of my head, it's how much I loved and how much nostalgia I have for the places and the NPCs and the notorious monsters in FF11, and to see them brought to life in 14's engine with the graphic updates. Although it's still not a very good engine, let's be honest, it needs some serious reworking. You know, being able to go to the 11th or however they do it, I don't know. Or is the 11th already gone? I can't remember. But yeah, that's been cool. That's been cool. I really hope for the next expansion, because obviously they're going to be working towards that now. You know, now this story is done, we'll be starting to get hints about not just 7.4 and 7.5 and 7.55, but also what's the next expansion going to be. And it's probably going to be... It won't be until next year, I don't think. I can't remember when they normally start drip feeding us information about it. It'll be after 7.4, won't it? I think. When they tell us what it's going to be next. Because we'll need to have some idea as to where we are going before that continues. So yeah, 7.3 done. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I liked the dungeon, I liked the trial, I liked the conclusion, and I liked having that the looming shadow of that familiar threat. You know, having the Assassins back in the background of the picture, I think it was probably the only way they could do it. You know, if there's one thing that 7.0 really showed, it's that the FF14 community has got a great love for the Assassins as villains. And doing away with them and trying to restart a brand new story with completely new villains and so on and so forth, when we know that they're not entirely dealt with. I don't think it was ever going to work. For how the community is, for what I know of the 14 community, it was never going to work for them to just start from scratch again. People have got too much time, you know. If you've been playing since 1.0, well, pre-1.0 in my case, like I have, you know, because the Assassins were in 1.0 as well. If you've been playing for the... What are we at? 12 years? Is it now? Something like that? You've had all of that time and connection and shorthand with them. A full reboot was, I don't think, ever really going to satisfy people. Don't get me wrong, I would have been fine if the Ascians weren't here. It's just that it's not what I was expecting. I kind of got what I was expecting, in a way. You know, I didn't predict how this is wrapping up or anything. I haven't spent as much time, I don't think, thinking about the storyline for this as much. Just because a lot of the content in 14 just doesn't, it's not something that I do. You know, I haven't even looked at cosmic exploration, even though I was quite intrigued by it when I saw snippets of it in the concept art. Likewise, I've done some of the occult crescents, and I found it incredibly dull. I recorded it as well. I've got like 3 hours of footage or something on it, and I've never even bothered looking at it. It's stored on a hard drive. I should probably edit it together, but of course, it's grind content. And the fact that that is the way of doing the relics, this expansion, you know, I know a lot of people were not a fan of the Mandeville stuff. I much preferred the Mandeville stuff as a way of getting the relic. You know, I never liked the atma grinding. That's the stage I'm at with this. I just haven't. In fact, can I show you how far I've got? I can't remember which class I was doing it on. Oh yeah, there we go. So I've got 1 Azurite, 3 Verdigris, 3 Malachites, 1 Opiments, 1 Caput Mutum, and 1 Railgun. So I've got loads to do, but it's fate grinding, and you know, fate grinding is super fun and exciting. But yeah, there is content that I do, but it's not a game that I play every day, and nor has it ever been. So this is not a case of, oh, you just burnt out. It's just like, no. A lot of the content is just not for me in this game, nor has it ever really been. I'm going to go anyway, because I'm clearly struggling. I hope you've enjoyed my reactions and thoughts on this. If you remember seeing... I don't want fan theories on this. I want legit info. If the Winterers have been mentioned before and I've just forgot about them, can you let me know down below? But otherwise, I shall go back to my little hidey hole, where I will not pay any attention to anything FF14 related. I've still got Roll Quest stuff to do. I've still got Hildebrand stuff to do from last expansion, let alone this one. I've still got some content that I want to do, and of course there's deep dungeons and stuff coming up in, is it 0.35? So I might take a little look at those, because I like taking a look at the deep dungeon, even though it tends to be something much like Boja, much like Occult Crescent. I don't feel it is rewarding enough for the time asked of you. That's always been my problem with this grind content. It keeps the people that want this as their forever game, who want something to do every day, keeps them busy. But for a more casual player such as myself, it's like, I don't have the time. Well, no, I have the time, but I don't want to spend my time grinding something slowly for that. So I never get to see it, and I never get the rewards for it. And in a way, that annoys me. But if you don't put in the time, you don't get the rewards. It is what it is. Have a great day, folks. Thank you for watching. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.